We're back with Tailor Tales. And I have a mug. It says, oh shit, you can't see it. Also, it's mirrored, so it says, in my Astarian era. Because I love Baldur's Gate and I love Astarian. Yeah, I'm so predictable and boring, right? It has chalky milk in it. To be fair, I like a lot of the other characters as well. Alright. I think from after I played it last time, I went and did a bunch of designs and then bought this background, so now the white is not glaring in my face every time now. Also, I think I've decided to... It might be too late and people have probably already lectured me about how to say names in the comments prior to this one. But, I haven't actually released this yet, but, I'm going to say them like James. I can't remember anyone else's name, but I think that YouTube video lied to me or something, because Aesop's Fable, it has that thing, and it's Aesop. I don't know. I'm just going to try and say everyone's name normally now. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my god, we're home, I forgot. The chime rings as we enter through the front door. It feels so bizarre to be back now. Valkii! Kim screeches once she spots me. Kim! I immediately smile at her. You're back! She wails dramatically, running over to me. She throws her arms around me for a hug. I didn't know what was going to become of you, and Eric told me to keep running the business as usual, and why, it's been so stressful. She releases me, looking like she's about to cry. You did well, Kim. Thank you for looking after Olympus in my absence, I tell her. I'm actually quite proud of her doing this all on her own. I don't get it. How are you back? She questions me. That's when she spots the other figures in the boutique with me. Him! She splutters nervously, jumping back and pointing a finger at James. James imposingly glares at her. That's the alien! He kidnapped you! It's alright. Calm down, Kim. There's a lot of explaining to do. I never forget a face. That girl. She threw something at me, James remarks with a drawl to his voice. Dude, if you're gonna stick with us, you'll have to speak English, Eric complains as he walks up to Kim. And Kim, don't worry, he can't harm you. He's under oath, he stresses that last part. Ah, another one, Kim yells when she finally sees Eok in the background, sticking out like a sore thumb. Eok sheepishly bows in front of her. Hello, I am Eok, he says awkwardly. See, he speaks English, Eric points out. Why can't this oaf do that? James sneers in response. This runt keeps saying oaf. I can only deduce it is of some kind of vulgarity. Everyone is driving me crazy. Ah! Everyone just shut up. And everyone does shut up, staring at me, startled at my outburst. I have no patience to sit here watching James and Eric go back and forth, or Kim freaking out. Starting today, these two are with us. Yes, they attacked us. Yes, that muscular guy over there with the biceps as big as my thighs is the one who kidnapped me. Oh, they're so big, I fucking forgot. It's been like over a month since I last recorded. I forgot how much she likes to describe James as being a big boy. I need a big boy, give me a big boy. Yes, oaf is a vulgar word and he's insulting you. Yes, he can speak English, but he refuses to. I take in a deep breath. Any other question I may have missed? Oh, hey, Neil. The bell chimes and everyone turns their head to look at the entrance. Neil steps inside, looking around with judging eyes. There are 2 bodyguards outside keeping watch. My boutique is starting to feel very cramped with this many people inside. What a quaint shop you own, he remarks dully. I can't tell whether that's a compliment or an insult. Oh. Mr. Forrester, Kim pipes in. Miss De Jong, right? He inquires. Bashfully, she nods. I require you to sign an updated NDA contract. I brought it with me. He takes a stack of papers from his briefcase and hands it over to Kim. Kim, still confused, merely switches over to autopilot and starts signing the papers with her name. Miss Hirth, we went over the rules and nuances, however I have to stress that they need to be kept out of the public eye. I understand. I say. James can sort of blend in with the rest as long as you cover his ears and he keeps his mouth shut. Eok, however, there's no hiding that. Not unless I get a glamour for him, which I'm suspecting that's where this conversation is going. Oh my god, are we going to... Wait. Is a glamour, like, this guy's self in D&D? Can he change into someone else, and is he going to have his appearance from his root? I'm so looking forward to doing his root. Producing a glamour is your first priority. Yep, there it is. Any chance you'll cover it for me? Neil smirks. Miss Earth, we're already giving you a lot of leeway here. It is your responsibility to take care of these beings. That includes shelter, food, and yes, glamours. I groan. Glamours are expensive. However, Neil studies James up and down. You would only need a glamour for the little one. This one can vaguely pass as human. He looks extremely human. He's just very big, and he has pointy ears like an elf. But that can be, you can say like, oh, he got cosmetic, plastic surgery, whatever, to do that. Neil passes me a business card, and I look at the name printed on the smooth paper. Secret Identity. Secret Identity? That's a little on the nose, isn't it? I quip. They produce quality glamours. I recommend you stop by today. Alright, I say with a small sigh. Now, Mr. Hearth, please retrieve the schematics that we agreed upon, says Neil, addressing Eric this time. I'm not happy with it, but whatever, come with me. Eric leads Neil towards the basement, leaving me alone with the rest. Valkii, Eok starts awkwardly. Yes? So you're not a princess? I knew they would have questions after I announced that I lied to them all this time. She is as much of a princess as you are part of my crew, James cuts in with a sneer. His words are dripping with venom. Ignoring him, I answer Eok. Yes, I'm sorry. I figured that it was my best chance at survival by pretending to be royalty. In reality, I'm just a fashion designer. I spread my arms and gesture at my boutique. Welcome to my boutique, Olympus, I giggle awkwardly. Did I name it that? Kim joins the conversation. I'm done signing the thingy. What now? We'll have to wait for Mr. Forrester, I guess. No, I mean, what happens to Olympus? Oh, I haven't thought about everything yet. I can't go back to work right away, Kim. I figured as much. You've been through quite a traumatic experience. You take as long as you need. I'll man the front. Then she gives me a sheepish smile. But, please hurry back. People have been begging for new designs, especially with that new alien division from Forrester Inc. I'll be gone for 2 months. Just tell people I'm taking a sabbatical or something. Will do! Eric and Neil return to the scene, with Neil looking pleased. It seems he's got the schematics of that bracelet my brother invented. Our business here is done, he announces. However, Miss Hearth, you need to report back to us daily. We will check up on you every now and then as well. Yes, I understand. You know the address. We'll be heading to my parents' cabin at the lake, away from prying eyes, a whole piece of land to ourselves. It's the first thing that came to mind when I needed a place to hide out at. Until then, we will prepare for another invasion in the next 60 days. Kim's eyes pop out. Another? She screeches. Yes, there is no time to waste. I must train so I can become stronger and face Lord Veritas, says James. Well, you suddenly changed your tune, I point out. He was ready to give up hours ago. He glares at me. I will do whatever it takes to save my sister's life, he swears. There's nothing to worry about, Miss Dejong. And with that, I have to bid you all goodbye. I have matters to attend to, says Neil, reassuring Kim. Neil finally leaves the boutique with his briefcase. All right, I need to start packing. I clap my hands together, thinking of what to pack. We both do, says Eric. What? You're staying here? Ha! As if I'd let you go off on your own after you finally returned, much less leave you alone with them, he huffs. I'll be fine. We'll just hide out there for 2 months while the new team figures out a way to stop the next attack. I will assist you in that, says Eok politely. Thanks, Eok. We'll see what will happen. But for now, we're going to another place where you can both stay, and I need to get you a glamour too. Eok looks a little confused. I keep hearing that word, glamour, but it is not being translated. Seriously, can you speak English? Eric groans. I want to know what you're talking about. Eok's brows raise, startled. Yes, I not know glamour, he says with a stutter. Ah, well, you don't look human, so we're going to turn you into one, Eric replies nonchalantly. Turn Earthling? Eeyok repeats, unsure. He's got an uneasy look on his face. Don't worry, I say quickly. It's temporary. You'll basically look like one of us for a bit, but you can revert back anytime you want. Alright, if I must, he mumbles. What about the oath? Getting a glamour for him too? Asks Eric. Even if I wanted to, I don't think we can afford it. Eric cocks his head to the side. Didn't I tell you we've got a truckload of money from forestering? No, you did not. Well, just don't worry about it. Maybe we can get rid of his stupid pointy teeth and ears. Absolutely not, James growls imposingly. You want to fight me, big guy? Eric challenges him. His puny 4-foot state versus his big, beefy, muscular 7-foot state. I sigh and shake my head. Can we not, please? No fighting in my boutique. He'd be dead before he can blink, James mutters darkly. No death threats, I complain. Is he threatening me? These two are just not going to get along at all. Eric, please go out and get us a glamour. I'll be here packing up some stuff. I don't want to leave you alone with these two, Eric says with a pout. Well, you're going to have to. I can take care of myself. Now please, go before I lose my mind. He takes a good long look at me before huffing loudly and mumbling fine under his breath. Eric marches up to James and pokes his fingers into his chest, earning a growl from him. You better not touch my sister, or I'll electrocute your alien ass and I'll have you for dinner. You hear me? Eric, I said no death threats. James brushes away Eric's finger, clicking his tongue at him. I suggest you sleep with one eye open tonight. Still won't talk English, huh? Stupid oaf. Can you make this little runt shut his mouth hole? He has the nerve to be even more annoying than you, James addresses me. Guess it runs in the family, I say flippantly, then I push Eric out of the boutique. Whew, now I can get some things done. Friggin' bright. I need to turn my light away a little bit. Just to save me a little bit. I would never have expected to see Eeyok and James stand around in my living room. It really does feel surreal that I'm back home. Kim's downstairs running the boutique as usual. Hey, would you like something to wear? I asked James, realizing he would probably need some clothes. His current armor has been fried up like the first time. Besides, 2 months is a long time. I can't have him go around in this one set of armor and stink up the place. Actually, he's already stinking up the place. A shower is in order. I will not wear your earthling garb, James rejects steadfastly. How do I get rid of the thing again? I've already forgotten how to get rid of this. The text box. I forgot, but I need to for screenshots. I'd like to wear them, says Eeyok with a smile. Thank you, Eeyok, I say, smiling back. At least some of us don't want to walk around naked. Naked? James repeats, eyebrows raised. Well, if you're not going to be wearing earthling garb, and I forbid you to walk around in that tattered armor, then yes, your only option is to walk around naked. My armor is perfectly adequate. Even Eeyok gives him the side eye. You know, I think you should take a bath first. You stink. What? James is startled at my forwardness. You too, Eeyok, I say. When no one is able to bathe in space, you all start to smell really bad. Eeyok looks embarrassed. I am sorry. Oh, don't be sorry. Oh, poor Eeyok. I have a bathroom here that you can use. I'll show you how. Come on. James lifts his arm to take a whiff of his armpit and unleashes a noxious gas. It's really cramped with the three of us. Well, this is my bathroom. Here's the bathtub, and you use this faucet to make the water run. I lean over the tub to turn on the water and show them which is hot and which is cold. James looks decidedly unimpressed. This looks like an outhouse. Where is your hammam? We don't have those here. Blasphemy. That tub is all you're going to get. I put my hands on my hips. That little crevice can't possibly contain even more than one person, he points out. Especially not my big body. It does look awfully small, Eeyok agrees. Oh, they think they're taking a bath together. It's for one person at a time, I explain. You're right, it's too small for two people, so just take turns, okay? Who wants to go first? Eeyok bows politely. Captain James should be first. I am not your captain, James sneers at Eeyok, still having a lot of animosity towards him. Alright, can you wait outside, Eeyok? I instruct him. Oh, don't show his penor again. Eok quickly leaves the bathroom. Here's some soap and shampoo to use, I say, looking at my colourful bottles on the edge of the bathtub. And with this lever here, I point at a small metal lever at the faucet. You can make the top part rain water. I quickly demonstrate how it works, with James being awfully quiet about it all. My eyes catch the bracelet on his arm, and I wonder if that thing is waterproof. Please keep the bracelet dry. You can't submerge it in water. Why is that? He drawls out. You'll get electrocuted if you do, I say, knowing it might not be true, but it should be a good warning. He huffs and ignores me. Then, without warning, James starts removing his armor in front of me. Oh no. Pinor. I quickly whirl around. Let me know when you're done, I say, feeling a bit awkward. That man, he really has no shame. Okay, I don't. There's nothing for me to edit. Whilst James is taking a bath, I'm in my bedroom packing up some clothes. Eok helps me after instructing him how to fold the clothes and stuff them in my suitcase. It's very different here, Eok remarks. In what way? I ask. There are so many things that are different from our planet, but there are also quite a few similarities. Eok holds up a lacy black bra. The clothing? He quirks an eyebrow at it. I snatch it from his hands. Those are my undergarments, I mutter. Ah, he says awkwardly and places it neatly into my suitcase. You're going to have to wear them too, I say, speaking my thoughts out loud. Once he's in human form, that is. Not a bra. Don't misunderstand, not a bra. I will need to wear that? Eok points at my bra. I sheepishly laugh in response. No. You'll turn into a male human, so you don't need to wear that. You don't need to wear what I do. Actually, I don't have any clothes for you. I look around my room, wondering what I can get the both of them to wear. As much as I would love to see James in a dress that I made, I doubt the fabric could contain his muscles. He's huge! Maybe I've got some of my dad's old clothes lying around. I'll have to look around for something you can wear. Will you help me? For now, they can wear whatever I have at home, and in the next few days, I can maybe go shopping for something they can wear. It feels weird to think I'd be shopping for Eok and James. Yes, I'd be glad to, Princess, he agrees. Then he catches his mistake, eyes wide. Oh, you can call me Princess still. He stutters. Sorry, the habit got stuck. I grin at him. It's alright, just call me Valkii. No need for fake titles. Eok scratches the back of his head, looking a little uneasy about his mistake. Right. Once I have my suitcase packed, I open the door to the hallway. I step into a puddle of water. What the? I shriek, jumping back. Wow, so much water, Eok remarks in surprise. There's water all over the floor. My eyes bulge out of my sockets when I realize it's coming from the bathroom. That idiot! He didn't turn off the water. I quickly pound on the door. Oh no, we're gonna see Pinor, aren't we? James, you're flooding my house! Turn off the water! Don't bother me, he replies his lazy voice. The water creeps towards my staircase and I realize it's going to be dripping downstairs as well. I have to save my store. I quickly open the door to rush inside. You don't need to put his Pinor on display. I see James lazily lounging in the tub, arms and legs dangling outside of it, producing a waterfall off the edges. It looks like he gives no fucks he's flooding the entire bathroom. Water splashes onto my feet as I run towards the bathtub. Turn it off! I hiss. Oh, there it is. Why are you here? I'm not done yet. James responds, annoyed at the intrusion. I lean over him to reach the faucet and quickly turn the knob to shut it off. I plunge my hand in between his legs, not caring for his privacy at the moment at all, and pull the plug from the drain. The water slowly starts to recede. You can't just keep the water running, I scold him as I lean back. Is that not what this room is designed for? James states lazily. To clean oneself with water. Yes, but in this tub only. The water has spilled out onto my hallway and that's going to damage my floors. I look at him with stern eyes. You. I raise my voice. You're going to clean up this mess. I'm cleaning myself. Your mess is your own, he says nonchalantly, closing his eyes as if he doesn't care. My entire first floor turned into water world, and he sits there in my tub, acting like a king. I reach for the lever of the shower head and turn it on, watching with devious eyes as I see the cold water splash onto James's head. What? He complains and sits up straight, brushing away the hair from his eyes. I turn the lever off. What are you? This is my home. You are now under my rules. You made a mess, and you damn well better clean it up. I puff loudly and produce a bucket from under my sink. Time for a mop, too. While I'm at it, I collect its pieces of armor off the floor. I'm going to take delight in throwing them away. It's then that I notice that James has finally left the tub and is standing right behind me. With his imposing and naked figure, he approaches me. Step back. Step back. Earthling, he growls. My name, I hiss as I whirl around to shove the bucket into his chest, is Valkii, I stress. I'm not afraid of your naked alien bits. Come at me. They look indistinguishable from human bits anyway. And you're going to clean up this water. Valkii, what is going on? Why is everything flooded? Eric's voice rings through the bathroom as he walks in. Then he sees a naked James standing in front of me. Don't you touch my sister. He yells out in anger, blindly running forwards. Except he slips in the water and falls down. Eric! I cry out, worried about him. James huffs loudly. Let's have an entire meeting in here, shall we? I help Eric get up from the floor. He seems to be okay. This is such a hazard. What the hell are you doing in here with him? Can I not take a bath in peace? James complains. You don't get to demand anything after flooding my home. I snap back at him. Come on, Eric. Let's clean up this mess. Do you think you can find some of Dad's old clothes? I ask. Eric continues to glare at James. I don't want him to wear anything Dad owned, he says, sounding pretty determined. I tap his arm. Would you rather continue to stare at him naked? No? Good. Go fetch some clothes. I sigh exasperatedly and then leave the room with Eric. The three of us, James refused to cooperate, managed to get rid of all the excess water. There were a lot of trips to the sink to dump the water in all the buckets. Yo, James is gonna have to, like... There's gonna have to be some serious redemption going on. Because this kind of reminds me of, Lae'zel in Baldur's Gate 3. She was raised a certain way, so she's violent, aggressive, rude. But that's because she was raised that way. She doesn't know any better. So we kind of have to place the same logic on James. He doesn't know any better. Well, I kind of wish I could say that, but his brother and sister are both so different that it's... I guess... I don't know. Maybe there was something different about his upbringing to make him like that, but it was something in his upbringing that made him like that for sure. This is not what I had in mind when I woke up today, Eric sighs loudly. Not think anyone know what happened today, Eok answers. Thank you for helping me, Eok. I'm very grateful he's so compliant. Of course, he smiles at me, gripping the mop close to his body. So now what? Asks Eric. Well, you got the glamour, right? Oh, right. Let me go get it. Eric quickly disappears. I'm turning Earthling now? Asks Eok. For now, yes. It's temporary. Let's go get you some clothes as well and check up on James. He's been in the bathroom for way too long. I knock on the bathroom door this time, Eok standing behind me. Are you dressed this time? I ask loudly. I don't want to see you naked again. The door bursts open. A pissed-off-looking James walks out of it. Earthling, what part of this garment is supposed to fit? He sneers at me. I can instantly see why he's slightly upset. The old clothes my dad used to wear don't fit him at all. The shirt he's wearing is too tight and nearly tearing apart. The pants are too short on him and his rock-hard thighs. Well, I'm surprised he even managed to fit those in. Everything is too tight. Why is this even worse than being naked? It's hard to look at him. Where's my armor? He demands to know. I threw it away. They were in tatters and they had this awful pungent smell to them. There's no way I would let you wear that again. You threw it away? He shouts as he steps closer. I got you something new to wear, I protest. James flexes his muscles and suddenly the shirt he's wearing straight up rips at the seams. I stand there, mouth open in awe. He really tore it. Those muscles can't be contained. Find me something else. You don't get to demand anything, I point out. But I do agree he needs to wear something. I can alter clothing just fine, taking in fabric is easy. However, extending fabric where none exists isn't possible. I'm going to have to legit shop for this guy. James bares his fangs as he takes a step closer to me. He's trying to appear intimidating, but I know he's under oath. I smirk at him. Even back on Yule, you couldn't control me. Do you really think that in your current position you have any power over me? His glare disappears as he leans closer. Don't forget who you have to thank for your life, he grunts. Yes, he did bargain for my life when Veritas was going to kill me, but does he think he can use that against me? I didn't ask you to, I retort, so don't try to manipulate me. Just do as I say, and I'll get you something new to wear tomorrow, alright? Usually I don't like it when people do something nice for someone, and then the other person's like, well, I never asked you to do that for me. Because that's just, like, fucking rude. And also not the point, right? But he also did kidnap her first, so it doesn't really have any weight. Looks like he has boobs right now. James clicks his tongue, pulling away from me. It better fit this time round. I sigh. This man is so difficult. Stupidly large muscles. Eric finally returns, walking up the stairs and seeing us all stand in my tiny hallway. He quirks an eyebrow at James. What the hell happened to you? Dad's clothes didn't fit. Hey, you said you could ruin our dad's clothes, Eric growls at him. It's not his fault. I'll get him some new ones tomorrow. Anyway, do you have the glamour? Still side-eyeing James, Eric hands me a small capsule. It's the glamour. I break it open and out falls a small black ring. I hand it to Eok, who looks at it with curious eyes. This is your glamour. You wear it on one of your fingers and it will transform you into a human. I turn back if I remove it? He asks, a little dubious. Yep, that's how it works. It's only got so many uses though, so please don't do it too often. Yeah, glamours only work until a certain extent. It's good for around 15 or so uses, so don't just take the ring on and off willy-nilly, Eric explains. Willy-nilly? James repeats. It's not an expression that doesn't get translated. Ignoring James, I address Eok. Eok, you can take a bath now. Please make sure to shut off the water before everything spills all over the floor again. Put on the ring so you transform and get dressed with the clothes I put out for you. Yes, of course. Eok disappears into the bathroom. Not going to lie, I'm curious what he'll look like when he's human. Okay, what's left? I ask, clasping my hands together. I believe Kane will be coming over soon with his car so he can take us to the cabin, says Eric. Oh right, he's never been there before, has he? I ask, thinking back. Eric shakes his head. It's always been just for family. Not even Kane's parents knew about the place. It's totally secluded. This place, does it have a training room? James suddenly chips in. I blank out for a second. What a strange question. It's just a small house with a few rooms, but it's in the middle of a forest, so there's lots of space for you to train if you'd like. I briefly wonder if he's ever seen a forest before. Seriously, if this arrangement is going to work, he's going to have to speak English before I'm forced to create my own translation device, Eric complains. James smirks at Eric. You think you can recreate such a sophisticated piece of Rahu? If I'm going by James. Rahu. Yeah, Rahu. Whatever. Technology? I'd like to see you try. Rahu technology? I repeat. He's talking about the babble fish, isn't he? Not gout? I don't remember how to say that. Sorry. Were you really under the impression that the gout could ever produce such technology? All of the sophisticated designs come from my planet, James scoffs arrogantly. I didn't know, I admit honestly. I didn't even think about it. Yep, making that translation device ASAP, Eric mumbles. It's strange. The last time I was outside Olympus, it was during a blizzard. It was also the time when I saved James from crashing into the ground. How do I get rid of... Is it ESC? Nope. Is it control? Nope. Now the sun is high in the sky and there's a pleasant breeze. 4 months is a long time. How do I get rid of the... Oh, isn't there a way to... I forget. I'll do it later. I'll look it up. Kane, who has arrived at the boutique to help transport the lot of us, helps me load my suitcases into his car. You never told me about this cabin, he says with a pout. I don't know. Mum and Dad just wanted to keep it away from everyone else. It was a family time. I say. Stop worrying about it, Kane. We haven't been there in years anyway, Eric pipes in. Still, he mumbles, I thought we all shared our secrets. Eric dumps a whole box of gadgets into the trunk of the car. He wipes away the hair from his forehead. He's been sweating carrying it. It must be heavy. Trust me, Kane. It's not that interesting. Just a lake, a cabin, and some trees. You're one with nature there. Barely any reception, too. Well, I still don't like that he has to come to your secret place, Kane complains as he points a finger at James, who's been standing off to the side this entire time. That runt sounds jealous, James remarks. Also, what's with his ridiculous getup? Kane looks at James's torn clothes. That's what I said, Eric agrees. Earthling, your family is mocking me, James says, glaring at the two of them. I roll my eyes. Just call me by my name already. I'm Valkii. This is my brother Eric, and the redhead is my friend Kane. We have names. You're all just runs to me, he scoffs. It's gonna be a big moment when he calls her by her name, though. Okay? I will say that. What's he calling us? Bad names? I can zap him if you want, Kane suggests, lowering his eyebrows at James. No fighting, I warn him. I have changed. A strange voice alerts us all. Cute! Everyone goes quiet when they see an unfamiliar man step out of the boutique. Eok! I gasp. Bronze skin, golden eyes with slit pupils, and red markings around his eyes. That's humanoid Eok. Okay, but like, he's supposed to be like fully humanoid with the glamour because they wanted to get a glamour for James just to get rid of his like fangs and ears. He has slit pupils. And golden eyes. Golden eyes aren't exactly human. Gorgeous, though. It's strange. No tail, he says, grimacing at his missing tail. A little imperfect. There's some markings left on his skin, Eric notes. Do I pass human? Eok asks. Even his voice is different. Yeah, that's why I gave him a different voice. You look so cute, I squeal. I didn't realize how absolutely adorable he would look in human form. Cute? Eok repeats, looking unsure. I look female? Oh, cute is, it's an endearing term used here. Basically, I think you look really handsome, I explain. Handsome? Eok scratches the back of his neck, which is now turning red. Ew, gross. You're making him blush, Kane cuts in. Oh, shut up, Kane. I think Eok looks nice, I grumble. So this is the power of glamour. James decides to put in his 2 cents. He's slightly impressed. Yep, this way we can take him in the car ride with us without anyone noticing a certain red-skinned alien in the back, I respond. I don't like how he's taller than me, Kane points out. Everyone's taller than you, Kane. You're a little short ass. Seriously? That's your concern? I groan. Just get in your car and take us to the lake. Whatever, give me the address then. I'll make sure to send the address to him through my phone so that he can use the GPS. Okay, everyone, get inside of the car. Eric and Kane quickly enter the front. I open the passenger door to the side. Guess I'll have to be sandwiched between them. Oh no, poor me. Is everything on your planet small? James remarks the size of our car as he gets inside. No, you're just too big, I retort. Finally, we're all inside the car. It's cramped, but it'll have to do. Off we go. This is a long-ass chapter, man. We'll keep going. The moment we arrive, there are already 2 black vans parked on the property. They're from Forrester Inc., making sure the 2 extraterrestrials are where they're supposed to be. They've come to install cameras on the perimeters, as well as giving us some more lectures about all the rules we have to keep track of. When they've left, I heave out a deep sigh. This is exhausting. This place is huge, by the way, Kane says in awe, looking around. Isn't it? I agree. It's been so long since the last time I came here. 8 years and 213 days, to be exact, Eric pipes in. Has it really been that long? I muse. I was 18 years old back then. Come on, Kane. Let's go inside and hook up the generator, says Eric. You guys got a generator? Kane sounds impressed. You know, I need to look up how to do stuff. Okay, I remember how to do it now. Of course, I engineered it, Eric boasts proudly. The 2 of them disappear into the cabin. So, Valkii, Eok approaches me. You said this was your parents' house, right? Not exactly. More like a vacation house. Eok looks at me strangely. I can only assume they don't really have those in Yule. Well, I would very much like to meet your parents, he says with a big grin. How are you supposed to make me want to romance James when Eok is here? Tell me that. I tilt my head to the side. He means well, but it still brings me a pang of hurt to my heart. My parents passed away in a fire many years ago, I say with a sad smile. Eok immediately looks apologetic. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's alright, of course you didn't know. He casts his eyes down towards the grass beneath us. I still need to get used to his human appearance. My parents were both murdered by Lord Veritas when they tried to stop him from taking over, he mentions darkly. Oh, I honestly don't know what to say, but that sounds awful. I guess that made it pretty easy to join the Resistance, right? That's the primary reason, yes, he agrees. James, who's been keeping quiet and studying his surroundings this entire time, steps forward. Repeat that again. What you said just now, he says in an urgent voice. About joining the Resistance, I say, a little confused. James' eyes widen, and suddenly I realize why. All this time, he hasn't known Eok was with the Resistance. He faces Eok. You're with the Resistance? Eok stammers awkwardly. Why else do you think he helped me escape? I point out. I was under the impression he was doing this all because you're his mate. What? Now, maybe, yeah? But before, when he was a lizard, I don't swing that way. I don't swing lizard way. You kidding me? Now it's my turn for my eyes to bulge out of my sockets. What? I exclaim. James crosses his arms over his chest. Are you not his mate? Don't think I didn't notice you gifted him your... Oh, yeah, I did. Don't think I didn't notice you gifted him your makoet at the Maka festival. He gave you his, too. Eok suddenly displays a nice shade of red on his cheeks, discovering his ability to blush as a human. What is this about a mate? Eok is my friend. He helped me escape because he didn't want me to be used as a pawn in your negotiations, I say through gritted teeth. Then it is true. You're with the Resistance, he asks Eok. That is correct, he admits. James's nostrils flare up and his eyebrows lower until he forms a crinkle on his forehead. Oh, he looks pissed off, alright. I have to diffuse this fast. Don't freak out. You don't know the whole story, I say quickly. All this time, you were in my platoon, masquerading as a lowly grunt to gain access where no one else could, all because you were colluding with the enemy, he spits out. Eok takes a step backwards, slowly getting scared. You set off that explosion in the market, James hisses, coming to a realization. It's the same realization I came to when I stumbled upon their operations in the Screaming Howl, that they were the ones behind the explosion, using my day to the market as an excuse to separate themselves from James and Caleb. Not Caleb, see? I'm just gonna use Caleb now. It all makes sense. Earthling. James starts, his beady little eyes looking at me. I want to correct him and say my name is Valkii, but he immediately talks over me. This oath I took. I cannot kill any Earthlings, correct? I nod, promptly forgetting he doesn't know the gesture. Yes, you can't kill any humans. The oath didn't mention anything about gout, did it now? James's eyes hone in on Eok. I feel a chill wash over me. Eok realizes it first and immediately makes a run for it, making use of his new human legs. James starts the pursuit in response. Hey! I yell, don't! Leave Eok alone! He's not listening, damn it. James! I groan. Oh, here we go. Alright. God, it's so fucking loud. Every time I'm like, oh, it sounds really quiet. And then we come back and I'm like, oh, it's really loud. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.